Hello and welcome to Top Guy Theater. I am not TJ. I am sort of a TC, a Timmy C, if you will. And we are joined today by our guest, Dan St Germain. You may know him from WrestleRoasts on ad-free shows. How's it going, Dan?
Hey, man. Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it. I'm looking forward to watching this.
We're also joined by Henry, Frank, Brandy, Carl, and Phil.
What up,
Today
everyone?
we'll be watching. Yeah, get your highs in. Hello.
Hi.
I'm ready. I'm so ready. I'm past the highs. I'm ready to start. Let's get this going. I want AJ Styles and John
Phil
Cena.
might pass out.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe.
Hey, somebody mute Phil. We're going to be watching SummerSlam 2016 today. We will be starting with the AJ Styles John Cena match.
Yep.
Yeah,
Time
I
code
saw this
1
live.
hour, 6 minutes, 12 seconds.
Okay, let me get to that. How much you think? How big of a
say-
disaster do you think Fastlane, as far as like getting in to the network, it's going to be?
Oh, for
I'm
this
not-
I
new
think it's
for the
gonna be horrible.
Peacock? Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it. I mean, I'm already a
I'm
subscriber.
watching it on the
but-
network because we're not going to have the full rollover until April, so I'm staying away as long as I can.
I
Yeah.
want to
My
try it.
question. Yeah, well, it's somebody might voice this in here, and this is total first world problems. But like, I've been
I'm sorry, just 1 second. 106.12. I'm just going to play this until I get 106.12.
Oh yeah. No, like I've got a new Samsung TV. There's no Peacock like app like to put on there. Like I have the WWE Network app on there. I mean, I guess you can get an Apple TV or do whatever, but like, it seems like accessibility right now. Like I have to flip it from my phone, and I'm like already looking at this. Like, man, they better get this figured out before. Not like Fastlane's a big deal, but it feels more like a no cliche intended like a test run. Like,
So-
okay, let's see how it goes.
So, Carl, you're saying you're cockless right now?
Checking. Judges, am I have no
The
dick.
fuck?
I'm a eunuch.
I'm
That's not good.
I'm kind of thinking once Peacock takes this over, they're gonna have to change the name to Slow Lane because it's gonna crash in no time.
It's definitely
I
gonna
would.
be a
I can
disaster.
hardly recommend a Roku. Roku's got the Peacock app, so.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Problem solved.
I'm just gonna
Absolutely.
call Vince and have him send me some tickets. How about you, Dan?
I wish I had that power. I don't.
All right, so Dan,
I'm
the
almost
reason
at 106.12. I'm sorry. I've been focusing on the time code and not what's been going on with you guys. 1 second, it's almost. And all right, I'm ready.
all right.
All right, tell me when.
So, well, Dan, I guess the reason we're all here is due to one person, Conrad. How did you wind up hooking up with Conrad?
Well, I did the roast to Bruce Pritchard, and somebody just tweeted that they should book me, and then Conrad booked me. It was kind of just random, but since then I've done a couple star casts, and yeah, man, it's a blast. So hopefully, the world opens up again soon. I think we're almost there.
Definitely ready.
Yeah, I gotta say, WrestleRoasts. I'm enjoying it. Now, I will tell you, I'm only one episode in, so I'm behind.
Okay, no, it's
But
okay.
One of my favorite.
Brad is where we get good, I think.
Well, so the roast of Shane McMahon, the one thing that I was almost on the floor was, and I can't remember who it was that said it, but they were like, yeah, they keep letting Shane do all these fantastic stunts because he just won't die. Like, Vince just like lets him keep jumping off things since he's not dead yet. I was dying.
Yeah, we just did. Well, plug for our Patreon. We just recorded the roast to Teddy Hart today.
Oh,
my
And-
God.
Oh,
It's
that
really
is gonna be
good.
gold.
I think it's like I think our Brett one's really good, and this Teddy one is really good. So only if you're a Patreon can you check that out. But it's
I'm 1 second.
bless.
I'm gonna go do that.
So
Dan,
you save all
there,
the Hart family for.
It's
are you
not
gonna
dropping
say-
until Monday. It's not dropping until Monday, but it will drop Monday. Just so you guys know.
Dan, you're kind of a two-parter. Is there ever a topic or a person that you guys go,
Yeah, Owen for sure. And I think that people have divided opinions on the pod has divided opinions on whether or not we'll ever do Benoit, but definitely Owen is going to be pretty untouchable, and I imagine Brody's pretty untouchable right now too. So those are the two.
Yeah. And the other thing is, listening last night, how do you not step on each other's toes as far
Well,
as
we do.
material goes? Well, no, material wise, like it's unbelievable that like you've got 4 different styles of comics coming in and 4 different angles, and you've got jokes left over. You got a couple here, a couple here. Okay, I didn't use this one. So like how exactly, I mean, do you plan that, or is that just
we all write our own stuff? And what happens a lot is the later you go in a roast, if you see somebody who does your joke or does a joke that's really similar, you just scratch it off the list, which is why you never want to go later in a roast. That's actually the worst place to go because a lot of the good hits are there. But all 4 of us have a different way that we do comedy. So Robert is obviously killer on Twitter, and
yep,
me, Mike, and Scott have been doing stand-up for years. So it's honestly, man, it's a lot of fun. It's like you get to watch all these old shoot interviews, and it makes you feel better too, because we have gotten a couple comments of, oh, this has got to be mean because the person's not there. But like when you watch these shoot interviews, you realize like the wrestlers are meaner than we could ever be. They just say the thing without the punchline. At least the punchline softens it a little bit. But I mean, it really is. It's really a fucking like a cemetery once you go to Shootland.
Yeah, Virgil and Ted DiBiase this past week. Whoa.
I mean,
we got no shit for them, but we got shit for Big Show. I'm sorry, Brandy. What were you saying?
I said, isn't that like standard when you go in to sit down? Like they get their water, maybe they get something to eat beforehand, they give them a shovel.
It is really it is funny like who's willing, because it's like there's clearly 2 types of people who do, like there's 3 types of shoot interviews, right? There's like the rich guy who doesn't give a fuck, so he'll bury everybody like Brett. There's the guy who needs the $500, so that's why he's burying everybody. And then there's the third option, which is just the boring one. Like whoever is like Lex Luger's shoot interviews are so boring because he won't say a bad word about anybody.
So category 2 and 3, you covered the honky tonk man. That's like all encompassing.
I'm ready for next week's episode when there are no jokes told and only compliments doled out to Goldberg because everyone's scared shitless he'll show up.
Dude, that would be so great if Goldberg buried us online. That would be great. Like it would be the best thing ever for the podcast.
No such thing as bad publicity.
Well, maybe Harvey Weinstein would disagree with that, but for the most part, I would agree.
Hold on, I gotta water this plant in the corner. I'll be right back.
Oh Jesus Christ, dude. Dan, is it true? Did you get shit for Brett too?
Not really. We got some,
okay,
but not a little bit. Yeah, we got a little bit, but it wasn't like AEW fans are the ones that get real, like, because I think Big Show's at AEW. Big Show's at AEW, so I think that's what pissed people off.
Those AEW stands will get you. They are vicious.
Yeah, man.
I'm an AEW fan. I ain't vicious. Like,
I love AEW.
AEW stands. These are fans that are so uber hardcore and devoted. Like logic and reason goes out of their brains, and
and it's
just so funny.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. No, it's just funny because I just did this. I did this podcast yesterday for Wrestle Inc. And in the article they mentioned the joke where we say Vince paid off the cops during Snuka's death, and all they focused on was the AEW stuff. That was it. And literally what I said was like the press person at AEW is difficult because they kept wanting edits from a podcast. Like I said the most banal, asinine shit, opposing to like, you know, the other company, it was a burial. And then of course the comments are, oh, this guy's all WWE. And I said, I just called the guy from WWE a murderer. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, people are so fucking hypersensitive. It's and I apologize for saying it that way. It's just, I mean, what you do is meant for fun, and everyone just gets all.
I heard the word vicious. Phil, did you think Sid?
No, I would like to point out though that Frank in the same sentence said that people are so fucking sensitive, and then apologize to those sensitive people.
I know. Well, that's what you gotta do. That's what you gotta do in this world now. Like everyone's just like, you hurt my feelings when you got a pimple on your nose, as you can see. So it's like that's. I'm sorry. I'm getting. Let's watch.
That's
the
right.
show.
Let's get to the show. Frank, do you want to count us in?
Yeah, let me hold on. So we usually I will I'll read the beginning. We usually read the little intro here. So it says, for SummerSlam 2016, in a confrontation over 15 years in the making, the Viper clashes with the Beast when Randy Orton goes one-on-one with Brock Lesnar. Plus, Finn Balor battles Seth Rollins for the right to be called the first WWE Universal Champion. Dean Ambrose defends the WWE World Championship against Dolph Ziggler, and much more. We are going to start at the AJ Styles and John Cena match, which is a time code of 106:13. And in 3, 2, 1, play. And he is
So
phenomenal.
when's that Brock Lesnar roast come, Dan?
Later on.
That's gonna
I
be
think.
fun.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't know how well he'll draw, but we'll see. We're gonna see. I think we're doing Goldberg this week, and however well Goldberg does, I think is how well Brock's gonna do. They're very comparable as far as like the people who are into him and shit.
I feel like Goldberg's are there tougher superstars? Sorry to use that VKM word, superstars. Athletes, you know, whatever you want to call them, wrestlers too, because Goldberg actually seems, I mean, when I think of it right away, I'm like, okay, kick Brett's head into the, fifth row, blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to think of things that he did. So
Nothing. That's what he did.
Yeah, that's the problem. He didn't do anything. So I don't know, like material wise, is
there's
that
a lot with Goldberg, because
is there? Okay.
Goldberg, like Brett, has a big fucking mouth. And,
okay.
And he said a lot of shit over the years, so like that's he shows his cards a lot. So the people that would be really tough would be like a Ricky Steamboat, who like nobody has a bad thing to say about. Like everybody says he's amazing in the ring. He's an okay promo, but nobody really has anything bad to say about the guy. So I that would be tough.
It'd be easy to roast Bonnie.
It would be easy to roast who?
Bonnie Steamboat, his wife.
Bonnie Steamboat.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about his wife.
Oh, she kept making him jump promotions.
If you guys want to make about,
that's okay. I thought there was something more than that. All right.
If you want to make about 75% of the AFS community happy,
she was like a mega bitch too.
I don't know anything about.
If you want to make about 75% of the AFS community happy, all you got to do is do a Kenny Omega roast, because it seems like
doing a Kenny Omega roast.
It seems like 4 out of 5 people. By the way, I'm the one that likes him. 4 out of 5 people.
I love
Me too.
Kenny.
Me too.
Yeah.
I love Kenny.
Yeah, we minorities like me and Frank, we get shit all the time about being Kenny Omega fans.
Well, that's the thing. I'm actually a pushover. I like probably more wrestlers than all you guys. I'm an easy lay, but
sorry.
But I also,
you heard it here first, ladies. He is
like
an easy
out of
lay.
everybody that we wrestled, like I don't like Baron Corbin, that we roasted. I don't like him. But everybody else, I don't really like Big Show either. So, but most of the people that we've roasted, like $1 Million Man, Brett, Shane, these are people I'm into.
And just for a giggle, everybody, go into a web browser and type in KennyOmegaSucks.com. just for a giggle, because Mike
Sorry,
Cole
Phil.
purchased that domain to redirect to Phil's Twitter page and follow Phil on the Twitter machine.
That was not at
Hey,
all set up by me.
Phil, that happened to me in
No,
the
that
first
would be
5
Mike
seconds of
Kolb,
meeting Mike.
Our favorite prankster. If you go to carlmandic.com, see where that takes you.
And by the way, I had that domain like locked down. Whatever Mike does for a living, I know it's IT. I'm going to pause really deeply right there and just say IT. We don't really know what it is. But the fact that I had that domain locked down, bought everything, and then first 5 minutes of meeting Mike Kolb was, hey, can you do you own carlmandic.com? I'm like, yeah, no C, not a gimmick last name type. Yeah. He's like, type it in, chicagocubs.com. I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now?
Hey Dan, real I'm sorry. Go ahead, Carl.
No. I just couldn't believe how quickly he got it done. So I'm
having been here for this match, how loud were the dueling Cena, let's go Cena sucks chants?
Oh, it was electric. It was actually such a disservice to the rest of the show, because as soon as this match was like, nobody could follow this. Even the Universal Championship match, which is really good, it suffered because they showed the Universal title and everybody booed the shit out of it.
I'm very interested to hear about your take on the finish of that Universal, or I'm sorry, the singles match, the main event, Lesnar and Orton.
Oh yeah, that was like also kind of like a church fart, right? It was
Kind of like an AEW explosion.
Literally.
There
No,
it is.
seriously.
There
This
it
is
is.
this is like good timing, because it's almost, they are very similar. Like, not joking around. Like, Dan, we'll get to it, but also being there, I have never, even Undertaker, Lesnar at 30, I was like, what the hell? What just happened? Like, I don't understand what happened.
Silence.
When I was watching it, we all had that reaction.
No,
Oh,
it was dead
what just
silent
happened?
in the Superdome. It was like you could have heard a pin drop.
Oh yeah. Oh, and honestly, that's probably the only pin drop moment I've ever had in
Oh,
wrestling.
I remember that moment live.
Yeah.
When AJ
Yes.
started like clapping at Cena, and people went nuts for that.
This match has, in my opinion, one of the greatest false finishes ever. When Cena hits the Super AA, as in my heart of hearts, I thought this match was over, and I was so pissed off that they were bearing another amazing indie talent, and then Styles kicked out, and I lost my shit in the living room of my house.
It was, what a great feud they had. I mean,
Oh,
I
it was
think
so
actually
good.
this kind of got Cena over as a babyface.
It did,
You know,
because
like-
people are like, yes, he's actually working with this person, and oh my god, he's not terribly burying them. Oh my god, maybe this is fine.
He went
Yeah.
away from the 5 moves of doom in this match.
Thank God for that.
I feel like AJ. Go ahead.
Or no, Phil, you. Yeah.
I feel like AJ Styles is one of those people that even if Cena did try to, grab a shovel and bury him, he'd have found a way to overcome, because that's what AJ Styles does.
And do you remember this being? I remember the other thing I really recall from this is timing, in that each match had a good amount of time. There was no like 4-minute deals. I'm just looking at the card, and with rose-colored, lenses, looking back at this card, just pre-show, Sami Zayn and Neville versus the Dudley Boys.
It's an insane card.
What?
It's insane. Pre-show, Sheamus defeats Cesaro 1-0 to start their best of 7. Thank you. Owens and Jericho defeat. How you doing?
That was the open match.
Yeah, Enzo and Big Cass, who came out. Dude, that pop.
Yeah,
Everybody
pop.
went crazy.
Yeah.
Everybody went crazy for
Everybody-
four guys.
Then Charlotte and Sasha Banks, Miz versus Apollo Crews, and then here we are at AJ Styles and Cena. But we still have Gallows and Anderson, against the New Day, Dean Ambrose, Dolph Ziggler. There's a women's like multi-tag match in there, kind of a let me up match. But then you end with, it was the first ever Universal Championship. You got Finn Balor against Rollins, and then Lesnar and Orton in the main event. That I don't know why that's the main event. Can somebody explain that to me?
Because it's Brock Lesnar.
It's the first ever Universal Championship.
I mean, at the time, Brock had just had that UFC. He just won that UFC pay-per-view. So he was kind of hot shit coming in from that.
Mm-hmm.
Until they realized he was dope to the nines.
Yep.
Now, did they? So he was doped there, but he never tested positive in WWE.
They don't test him in WWE.
They don't test him in WWE for steroids and other performance-enhancing
part-timers
substances
don't get
such as.
tested.
There's
Oh wow!
Not only that, but like, look, man. I mean, like the stuff they test for, it's like there's you just don't use certain stuff. They're like, hey, we test for these things, so use all the other things.
Does everybody believe that every wrestler, referee, performer, call them what you will, are tested? I'm asking this question based on a lot of Kyoto's talk.
No, they skip certain people at certain
There
times.
are certain people do get a break. It's
That backdrop.
everybody with an asterisk.
It's like
Because-
it's completely randomized.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's
You can
everybody
tell-
except for, oh no, not that guy.
Like I would think they would just continuously, like Dan, I don't know about you, but I would think they would just go to, we'll go to Punk and we'll go to Kofi Kingston. We'll just go to the guys that we know that, live clean, and we'll just get those ones, like almost just stack the numbers.
I don't know how it works. I mean, I don't know how it works. I really have no idea, but I mean, that's never been my thing. I've been far more nervous about all these guys using painkillers than I have about steroids. That's never just been a hill for me to die on. I don't think do they have a testing policy in AEW?
Sure, they do. It's to some extent.
It's not something that's really been talked about. That's a good question. I'll pass that along to some people that get on those media scrums, but because I'm not big time enough to get on a media scrum.
Yeah.
Look, when your roster has Darby Allin, that's kind of laughable that you're testing for steroids.
Timmy C, is this your favorite John Cena shirt? The Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Absolutely.
Really, just thought you said
Thought so.
Pap
This was the best John Cena shirt.
Please don't give me PTSD about that.
No,
I'm sorry.
I think it's the best one.
Dan, you mentioned
For sure.
painkillers, and you're absolutely right. When I heard how many painkillers Kurt Angle was on, he's taking 100+ Vicodin in a day. Like that guy must have been carrying a small hefty bag over his shoulder of Vicodin everywhere he went. But the fact that man is still alive is unbelievable. So yeah, I can see how painkillers would be a big concern right now.
It was also during the time
Absolutely.
where everybody would just prescribe them to you. So because nobody really understood that Oxy was heroin, and this match was so great, man. I'm rewatching. I mean, just like Cena sells like a motherfucker in this match. It's awesome.
So, and if you notice by the tights of AJ Styles, the club has come back into play. And when they had adopted that logo, I'm at the FU right here.
Love the
Oh,
Pele kick.
Pele!
It had felt as if the Bullet Club or the club, whatever. Oh God, sorry. Styles Clash. So the thing was, Dan, this was absolutely. All I remember is going through this, and it, in similar fashion, Charlotte and Sasha tore it down.
Oh, they did.
I think people
were
were just kind of bummed that she lost. I think because she was only champion for a couple weeks.
I'm with you on that. The match itself.
The match was really good.
Yeah.
I actually watched it right before we started recording because I was just sitting out here, waiting around with my jar of lube and my AJ Styles shirt, getting ready to watch this match.
Jar
and
of
I'm like,
lube.
I watch this Charlotte Sasha Banks match, and I forgot how good it was.
That really.
It's
I
a really
don't
good.
care.
It's a really good show. It's very odd how good the show is. It's really odd how it ends. The
Correct.
feel like the feeling that I had leaving that show. I was like, well, that was a better show than I remember. Like I just saw a really good show. It was just because I guess that last match people were like,
I swear to God, Dan, I've said the same thing that like people were on a high leaving NXT the night before. Did you go to NXT?
I didn't go to NXT the night before.
And then that was a tag that I believe the main event was Shinsuke and Samoa Joe. And like Samoa Joe broke his nose again. Like we were right there, and I'm like, his nose is broken.
Yeah.
And like everybody left there. And it was like when you leave that Barclays Center, if you want to describe it, there's a mecca. There's you can go in any which direction, any which way, and you're going to find a bar, a restaurant, or something. And it had wrestling fans. It was very, to me, even being from Chicago, I'm not sure exactly where you're from, but being from Chicago, things are a little bit more spread out. But I felt like it was so compact and communal the night of NXT. The night of this, I felt the opposite leaving because of the finish.
Yeah. I mean, those Barclays NXT nights are magical.
They are. I was there.
Timmy, you've done it.
For them to go back for one.
Yeah. WrestleMania 35. I was there for the NXT show. It was fabulous.
So good.
It's a weird stadium though. It's very odd for any pro sports. Just putting that out there.
It has grass on the roof.
It's
the
weird,
most bizarre thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And now is that
what?
No, that's to be environmentally
What was that?
conscious, right?
I don't know. That was he brought out a lot of new shit during this match.
What the hell?
If I remember correctly, this is the first time he uses the springboard stunner.
And that was like a diamond cutter off the.
Well, it's like a big ending.
Yeah.
He's going from like almost like he's gonna throw him over his head for a fallaway slam. He just transitions into that cutter.
Brandy,
Very cool. But you gotta be careful with that one because if you're not like if you don't know exactly what's gonna happen as you turn somebody's body, and that person really has to trust you that you're gonna get them and then bring them down where they need to be.
Brandy, do you wrestle? Or no?
No.
I was just wondering.
No, I've been a fan since I was 2 years old. Like this is the thing I've been obsessed with for my entire life.
Yeah.
So Dan, what got you into wrestling?
I was in fourth grade. I mean, it's like probably the Vince shit, man. It's like, the bodies and the costumes and the colors. It's, that's why Vince is a genius. He's like Disney in that way. He knew, what color scheme was going to attract the most kids. So, I mean, the guy would have been a great pedophile.
Dan, over under 2.5 times he runs into the term. Why don't you sit down, have some lemonade and brownies? I'm Chris Hansen. I mean, I feel like that's a way over of 3.
Hold on, I just got the cease and desist from WWE. No more speaking of Vince.
Oh,
that's funny. Yeah, I don't think they're. The thing is, like, Vince would never. That's the one thing. Is like, like they'll fucking sue the shit out of you for intellectual property, but like if you make fun of them, like they'll get butthurt, but they'll never sell it. Like AEW and they'll sell it. Like they'll be like, you guys fucking hurt our feelings,
assholes.
I don't feel very good right now.
Yeah.
Why did I just go into Fred Durst right there? Why don't I feel good
that
now?
was pretty close.
That was pretty good. Yeah,
It's so depressing. I realize that we have to watch more matches after this because this is so good, and then it just gets like it's not even bad. There's some good matches on it. It's just like there was like it, that really sucked about Seth and I mean, we'll see it later on, but Finn, like that whole title reveal just ruins the match. And then to make it worse, Seth went on Twitter and bitched about it, and then everyone was like, "Fuck you."
So, what do you think Finn Balor's career would have looked like had he not hurt his shoulder, or have Seth not hurt his shoulder in this match?
Vince McMahon would have buried him at the bottom of the card. Oh, I'm sorry, you were asking Dan that question.
I was asking in general.
I don't know.
This is the best question asked, by the way.
I feel like if this version of Finn showed up on the roster, Vince wouldn't bury him. But who knows? It is there. You know, there's always the size thing.
I think Finn's been there long enough now, though, that he knows what's good and bad.
A real eye for talent anymore.
Phil, I'm going to answer yours.
He has an eye for talent. He does have an eye for talent, but he's not the end all be all.
No.
All right, I'm going to answer it with a question. What took place because of Finn's injury?
Kevin Owens championship run.
That's right. That was great.
So there's that. And that Kevin Owens, that match, that night, that Raw is in the top 5 Raws of all time.
Did you go to that one or no?
I did not go to that row where he won the four-way.
Yeah, the 4-way. Yeah,
and
it was like
Triple H came out.
Him, Seth, Roman, and Big Cass.
Oh, geez.
Right, because they were starting to try big.
Yeah, they were trying that out.
So
he worked more snug with Carmella.
I will say, like I said, I started watching the show from the beginning, waiting for everyone. And the first match was, Big Cass, Enzo Amore, Big Cass versus Jericho and Owens. And I forgot in 2016 how over that tag team was.
Dude,
I'm sorry.
So
They would be over now. They'd be over now.
Oh my gosh.
They need, in fact, I am a firm belief they need to bring them back. I really do.
Enzo and Cass?
Yeah.
I think they could come back. I mean,
I wouldn't trust Enzo. I could bring back Cass. I would not trust Enzo.
Why wouldn't you trust
I just
Enzo?
don't.
You not know why Enzo left?
His
he's quit drinking, right? He quit drinking.
That's what he says, but I don't know.
He's doing downward dog in Smyrna with DDP, isn't he?
Yeah, that's like the new. That's like the Oprah stop for wrestlers. There's the DDP stop.
The problem.
I got a problem going to Smyrna.
Thought he was his attitude. He thought he was hot shit. He thought he was number one, and this made him absolutely unbearable for people to work with. And that attitude hasn't changed. So you bring him into a locker room, he's either A, gonna get thrown out on his ass, or B, have an epic crash like he did last time.
Who has more longevity?
Changes his behavior.
Brandy, I'm with you. Who has more longevity if they brought him back? We'll just say you go to NXT, Vaudevillains or Enzo and Big Cass.
Oh, see, Enzo and Big Cass, because Simon Gotch would absolutely not. He's come out swinging so hard. He has run his mouth. You want to talk about shoot interviews where they bury people? Oh my God, it's like he had a dump truck.
How good does he think he is? I mean, I've seen.
He's okay. He's not.
I mean, I saw a Simon Gotch match live. It wasn't.
You were a Charlie Chaplin cosplayer. Come on.
Yeah.
I was never impressed by the Vaudevillains.
Aiden, I just don't think he would. He's just not interested.
And
I don't
he's got Shaw.
They treated him shabbily.
Right, and he's got Shaw and obviously her recent kind of brave coming out thing that she's dealing with.
Yeah, and
I just wonder.
His number one priority is being there for her and caring for her. So I don't think he would do that again.
I always remember. Gosh, I was at the same restaurant that TJ was at that he talks about in Chicago. That was owned by the former female diva.
Oh, Victoria.
The square
Eva
circle?
Marie.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say Eva Marie's No, we're just gonna call it that from now on. I know it's
Okay.
Victoria, but no. But I remember seeing in the pay-per-view was Battleground.
Love that move.
God damn.
That guillotine leg drop,
wow. I just remember Enzo's head hitting the ground. So if this takes place in Japan and it's and I'm not doing the Meltzer 5-star, like, let's get over that. Let's be like non-sophomoric. If two gaijin are wrestling each other in this, and Brandy, I'll even ask you, how does this go over, especially with AJ Styles' roots to New Japan?
I think this would have gone over great. I think a New Japan crowd would have been into something like this. This is very Americanized strong style. I think that's why they would want them to be a little bit harder hitting, but I would like to think
here it comes right here, guys.
I would like to think that if AJ were to take John over to New Japan, he would explain to him, look, we really got to lay this shit in because they're expecting us to kill each other. So I think you would have seen it turned up even more because AJ does have that awareness of what a Japanese crowd is looking for. And John has proven time and again, especially in this match, he doesn't care. He'll do whatever it takes and turn the dial all the way off until it breaks. To do whatever it takes for the match for the people.
Yeah. After that phenomenal forearm kick out and then the Super AA, I was like, I was furious because I thought for sure Cena was going over. And when AJ Styles here in a few minutes kicks out that Super AA, I still might jump up out of this chair and run around my bedroom screaming.
Is it weird?
I just remember sorry, Carl.
No, you're good. No, you
I remember I was at Chikara King of Trios in 2015 and AJ and the Young Bucks were there representing the Bullet Club, and he went for the phenomenal forearm and he slipped because the ropes had gotten loose on the top turnbuckle and they were wet. Ooh. And he slipped. So I can't watch a phenomenal forearm without being like, oh God, don't slip.
So the words you just use as verbs or descriptors is everything from Xavier Woods to Brad Maddox to Paige's hotel room. Literally everything.
Literally everything.
Yeah. Everyone talks about, the finishing on the belt, but the thing that always traumatized me from that actual incident was her enjoyment of shoving a very large thing up her behind.
Okay, see, I haven't seen the video.
Oh,
see, that endeared me to her.
Wait, here, guys. Here comes.
Somebody mark that down.
Two.
Somebody mark that down for some merch right there.
Was the page
that endeared me to her, and just a page, maybe some.
Don't put my name. Do that. I feel bad for that girl. I do feel like it's fine to make a joke. I just don't want to. I just don't want to have that be a t-shirt.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely.
No, it's a joke when we say we're gonna put everything.
Okay.
Sorry. It's just a joke.
Sorry.
No worries.
Some things will end up on a t-shirt, like map it, but that's something else.
Look at the facial expressions this selling from Cena. I love this.
I was going to say the same.
He's been doing it the whole match. Like,
I know.
You can see the progression in his face where he's getting increasingly like, what do I have to do?
Charles Robinson is selling the out of this. When they actually show him when they did that the head scissors spot. I mean, he covered his face. Which I don't know if a ref is supposed to do or not, and I don't know where the F he is. Did he take a ref bump?
No, he's in the corner. He's backed off.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but his, Phil, I was watching the same thing. Just facial expressions overall.
That's something that Charles has always done as a referee. I think it adds to it because he doesn't go over the top with it. Bryce Remsburg, refereeing AEW, also does something similar, but sometimes Bryce can get a little too overly animated and into it. But Charles has just the right amount of selling for a referee because you're there as an added element to tell the story.
I wonder how much of that he learned from Ric Flair.
Woo!
Here it is, guys. Here's the big finish.
Yeah.
Dan, how hype was the crowd at this point?
It became, the whole place became unglued.
Well, if you just look, everybody's standing up. Even in the lower bowl, people were standing up.
Yeah, people went nuts.
The thing that you have to remember too, timeline. I'm right there. Well, actually, well, okay. Me and my brother are wait. No, I see him. I do see him. That's funny.
Dan,
no,
where were you Dan, where were you sitting at this show?
I was like somewhere middle of the pack. I think these ones I got for free. I think so, yes. So I think it wasn't like I wasn't up front, but it was like, I don't know, in the middle, I guess.
Like in this lower bowl in the floor area?
No, I think it wasn't nosebleeds, but it was kind of like right under nosebleeds.
Oh, okay.
So here's something. This is for everybody, not just you, Dan, even though you have the best answers. No, I'm just kidding.
He does.
So in this match, AJ's the heel at this point, and this is the era where heels like AJ start to get clean wins. There's just no shenanigans in this match. Do you guys think that that's heel wins being clean wins? Is that too much? Is that happen too much now? Do we need to go back to more heel shenanigans for victories?
No, I think there's still plenty of heel shenanigans for victories. That's my first thought.
It's just it has to be used in the correct situations. Like this is a big match situation where you're trying to elevate AJ, and John doesn't need that rub. And this is telling a story where it's like, yeah, you're an asshole, but goddamn, you're great at what you do.
Oh, not only great at Brandy, to go off that and to go off Phil's, and Dan, I'll throw this out there. Being there live, the feeling after the match was, okay, because if you remember 4, 5, 6 months earlier, I'm not good at math. He being AJ Styles was in the second match of WrestleMania with Chris Jericho. I'm not discounting that. It's just they broke them apart right before WrestleMania. And then the next night on Raw, there was a 4-way match, and he became the #1 contender. He took on Roman a bunch of times.
Yeah, that was awesome.
So to me, it felt like when AJ won in the fashion, in the style that he won in person, which I don't know if I've seen that all-time matches live. This is top 10 for maybe top
for
5.
Sure. Yeah,
I mean,
it's
no
top
question.
5, yeah.
I no question. But did it not feel like it was supposed to be AJ and Finn going forward after Finn obviously won, but his shoulder. But didn't that seem like when you left, like I was like asking my brother, I'm like, wonder what they're actually going to go, because we knew Finn was hurt right away. I mean, you could tell that he was hurt, but did you feel like
it did feel like that period, because WrestleMania 32 was kind of lame. It did feel like that spring and summer they were going in a newer generation, but then that November Goldberg came back, and then Vince kind of went back to the what's the big attraction match. I mean, even though we're saying now it feels like, oh, they're moving with the young guys, even in this pay-per-view, the main event was Brock and Randy. It wasn't Finn and Seth.
Right. But do you think if Finn had not gotten hurt and they were able to move forward with AJ Finn, would they have brought Goldberg back in the fall?
Yeah.
I don't.
100%, because they had the video game lined up.
Yeah, Goldberg was coming back.
Oh yeah.
Vince is always thinking about it in terms of merch, right? So it's like there's, like, and he knows, like, oh, if Goldberg, announces this on ESPN, we're gonna get more press. So yeah, I mean, I don't think that Finn would have changed it, and also it was like I remember this time it was like Finn was good, but he still wasn't as good as he was on NXT, and it's like, it felt a little bit like the whole demon thing felt overproduced for the first time. But I think what he's doing on NXT now is phenomenal. I wish more people watch the show.
Oh yes, definitely.
Right?
Go ahead.
No, Phil, all you.
No. So people forget that, yes, they're in the entertainment business, but the other part of the word entertainment after entertainment is business. I mean, you're talking about a company that made Jinder Mahal champion just because they had a tour in India coming up. And make no mistake about it, that's the only reason he ever held a world title. So people forget they'll do stuff like bring a Goldberg back who doesn't need to be in a ring for merch reasons, and it's hard for people to remember the business aspect and the entertaining the people that aren't marks like us.
Yeah, I mean, Vince's greatest, like for a while, his greatest strength was not being a wrestling fan and seeing it, how a casual, he really does see stuff like for a while anyway. Now he kind of sees stuff in his own idiosyncratic old man way, but for a while he saw things as a casual fan, and I think that's why he had a ton of success.
Guys, do we want to jump forward at all, or we want to keep where we're at?
Let's go to the New Day versus Gallows and Anderson.
Good.
All right. So
what is that? That's next, I think.
David Otunga's watch.
Looks
like a sundial.
There's a couple of segments.
There's a winner of the SummerSlam sweepstakes
segments, and then a Jon Stewart segment.
Can we go with underrated? Probably going to be, hopefully not lost in wrestling lore, is Mauro Ranallo's contributions to NXT.
And NXT has not been the same for me without Mauro Ranallo, because he adds so much to a story. He can make something that is really not getting over and completely insignificant, and he can make it important. I mean, yes, everybody likes to make fun of him, Mamma Mia, and all of his yelling and all of that, but it's really important to have somebody who can have that emotional ups and downs. Exactly. Otherwise it's sterile and not interesting, and you'd rather just watch it on mute. So I miss Mauro Ranallo.
I don't know if anyone heard me. The time code for New Day is 1:44:28.
Brandy, are we going there? 1:44:28.
It's only 4 minutes ahead. So
we'll just
stick with where we're at.
Brandy, and I hate doing this. This is why I got out of journalism. But I just wanted to talk to you about your NXT commentary. I'm afraid I got some bad news. There's going to be a Trisket rumbling tonight. It's going to be in the ring. There's going to be some cupcake fumbling. And then later, a live performance from Oasis, from Liam or Nolan Gallagher. Whichever happens first. Got to go back on my scissor lift. See you later. Goodbye.
Hey, I remember the scissor lift skits from the Cold Show. Yeah, absolutely.
And remember, they punished the poor bastard. Like, sorry, you're getting too over on your own. Bye-bye.
Here, go to this League of Nations thing. Like,
oh my God.
Where, guys? What are we skipping to? What time are we just letting it go?
1:43.
We're just letting it go. Yeah, we've got Johnny Stewart.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's not much in Jon Stewart. I just want to make sure we're all watching the same thing. Who's the guy? The guy in the front row, the green T-shirt guy. Who is that guy?
So I've done a bunch of research. I've always wanted to do a documentary on green T-shirt guy, ECW fans.
Right.
There's the other guy with the long hair that kind of looks like
Howard Stern.
Yes, yeah,
With
like
Joey Ramone or whatever.
Weird Al and Howard Stern combined, and then on top of that, like Faith No More guy, Straw Hat guy from ECW. I think the fans, the individuals that you see a bunch, would be a very interesting like offshoot of. If you're gonna get people into Dark Side of the Ring, you're gonna want to know about the fans that actually are watching. So it's like I always thought, I'm like, oh shit, I'm like, I want to know that green shirt guy. But yeah,
And then
he's got a
Seinfeld.
whole thing. Bleacher Report did a thing on him. Deadspin's done a thing on him. Like he's got, there's a bunch out there.
Dan, are you a fan of Howard Stern?
I love Howard. Yeah, I mean he's I think every comic has a period where they're either like a Howard person or an Opie and Anthony person.
Yeah, Howard. I mean, I've always said this about Howard Stern. Like I listened to him when he was on terrestrial radio. I used to listen to him driving to school, and in fact, he was the one that told me about 9/11. It was him that I was listening to, because I was in class when it happened. We had no idea. I get out of class and he's talking about it. So it's like, and then when he went to Sirius, I kind of lost track. But then I bought a car that had Sirius in it, and I kind of reconnected with him. And now I won't not have a car without. I need my Howard Stern. Like, and I'm always when his contracts are up, I'm always like, oh shit, is he gonna resign? He's getting older.
He's not going anywhere. I mean, the guy, he's probably paranoid that if we'll stop doing the show, we'll die.
I mean, I just, some of the things he talks about sometimes, like there's been times where he'll have a whole like 30-minute discussion about shit, legitimate shit, and I can't listen to that. I get sick to my stomach. But
he's he's the best interview ever.
Oh, you have no idea. I would rather listen to Howard Stern interview anybody. I mean, have you ever met him, Dan?
I did a commercial with Howard Stern for Super Bowl.
Holy shit.
I was in a commercial with him. I was like dancing in a cape, and I got shot with a fire hose. It's on YouTube. America's Got Talent. Okay. I don't know.
So Dan, listen, we all don't know the secret.
It was right around when the Giants won the second Super Bowl. So
okay.
So is it an AGT commercial for during Super Bowl?
Yeah, well, it was like the promo. It was the promo ads. It was the first season Howard was on.
I just looked it up. It's like right around the time Plaxico Burress shot himself in the leg.
Right.
Hey, the strip club's really fun. I'm having a good time.
That was
whoa! Because I don't know how this works.
But Dan, range wise is what I wanted to ask you about as far as Howard Stern goes. If you're able to do an hour and a half with Henry Rollins from working out to,
is that you?
Am I calling you?
The Moves Like Jagger, the one where I'm singing Moves Like Jagger. That's me.
Yeah, that's him.
We got to pull that up. But is it range? Is it the ability to have Jen Jameson on one day and then the next day go, like I said, like 90 minutes with a guy like Henry Rollins who could talk to you about working out?
I think he just knows who makes good radio.
Great, Dan.
Oh yeah, it's getting shot. It was like actually, it wasn't for a lot of money, and like the studio was super cold, and I ended up like twisting my ankle and shit. It was like real crazy, but. It was cool. Howard was super nice, man. Howard was super...
That's so awesome, Dan.
How did that end up? How did that come about? I mean, Super Bowl. I mean,
I auditioned for it and I got it.
Hey, whoever does the magical...
I mean, like this isn't. I mean, obviously, I'm just dancing around like a goof there. I'm an idiot, but I did go to school for acting, so I'm not. I'm a little better than most comedians at acting. That's one thing that I don't know. I guess it's given me basic cable appearances across the decades, folks.
Hey, whoever does the editing, the magical internet make this show better. Yeah, I'm a technical wizard. Whoever does that, make sure you plug in that YouTube link for that commercial on here.
Oh yeah,
this is when they were doing their whole balls thing, right?
I thought this was so stupid.
Yeah,
Dan,
I wasn't a big fan.
Did the I mean, a Super Bowl ad, by the way, just Xavier Woods boots with the turned up, sorry,
The
front.
iron cheek tips.
Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you. You audition for something like that. I mean, we got to remember that it's millions of dollars per 30 seconds. So LA, I mean, like, how does this happen?
It was in New York. I auditioned for it in New York, and the thing that sucks about it is that it was a promotional ad for NBC. So when people think that they're like, doing a Super Bowl commercial, they think that they're making like, bank, man, like at least 30 grand, if not more. But because this was promotional, I only got paid $500, and then they gave me like an extra grand in stunt pay because I fucked up my leg. So it was, it was.
Sorry, I don't mean to laugh at
no, I don't give a shit. It was, it was like, it was the most people that will ever see me do anything. And also one of the worst pay gigs I've ever had.
What the big important question we all want to know is, how was the catering?
It was not great. I don't remember it, but I only remember the really good ones. So,
Timmy C, would you do a Super Bowl commercial? Let's just say by chance the Bengals don't make the Super Bowl this year.
Burrow,
would you do a Super Bowl commercial for the Bengals new unis?
I've not seen them yet. Have they posted them yet?
Dude, they're all, it's like the trending thing on Twitter, because there was a bunch of false ones that were thrown out there. Like a bunch of fake ones.
The false ones.
Yes, the real ones have been released. They're awesome.
I'm looking at it.
They are freaking fantastic. They're cleaner.
I'm a huge Bengals fan, in case you didn't know, Dan.
I don't see anything in your background that it could indicate that.
Not anything at all.
Not at all.
I'll just invite everybody here to tighten up. That's all I'm going to say.
So, you know what I'd love to know? I'd love to know.
Right here, baby.
When in WWE, you get all your gear paid for, right?
I don't know.
I don't think so. I think they have them made themselves, don't they? That's what I thought.
The only thing that I heard recently was that like guys like Balor, guys like Cole are getting main roster salary to be on NXT.
Adam Cole and Finn Balor are the greatest NXT champions of all time.
Well, Finn, I get, because Finn moved back down to NXT. I feel like I've talked about this 800 times. I don't know why I know it, but I do. Finn moved back to NXT because his father in Ireland is having health issues. So if something should happen where he needs to go home, he's not going to be on a main roster. This is, of course, pre-COVID. He's not going to be on a big touring schedule. That would mess things up. That's why he originally moved back down to NXT.
Do you think his money is different? Do you think the money is different for him down there? No, he could say okay.
No, he's still getting his main roster contract
because he's making a ton on those Prince t-shirts. I mean, those there's a website that shows you what sells and what doesn't. And he's got one of the highest t-shirts.
What's the number one selling item?
Number one right now?
Yeah.
I'm almost sure it's Roman Reigns, but
is it can they count like all AEW with that too, or no?
There is an AEW site. Let me get that one. Hold on.
Do they count? They're like, no, but I'm saying, do they count them in the same poll?
Compared.
No, it's like it's just WWE. Somebody sounds terrible. Found it on a Reddit forum.
So while I was looking that up, here's a little fun fact about NXT. NXT has, by the way, this is all on Dave Meltzer's bullshit scale that I don't really hold any credibility to, but NXT has had more 5-star matches in its existence than every match WWE has had ever. It's had 7 5-star matches.
What?
4 of those 7 5-star matches, Johnny Gargano was involved in.
Well, Dave never gave a Daniel Bryan match 5 stars, right?
Not that I know.
How was that possible?
Yeah, I mean, like, like when you hear something like that, you can't really.
So here's the big gap. The CM Punk, John Cena, Money in the Bank match, 5 stars. The next 5-star match after that was in 2011. From 2011 all the way up until recently, Johnny Gargano Andrade NXT Championship match. That's the next
incredible.
5-star match. That's the gap. That's Meltzer's WWE bias at work there.
And where are we today? Andrade asked for his release.
And 100% agree. That is the quintessential 5-star match of NXT is Andrade and Gargano.
Yeah, it's pretty tremendous.
Oh my gosh. Nobody talks about it. Literally, because
nobody talks about it.
People sleep on Gargano too. He has more 5-star matches in WWE under his belt than any performer in history.
Question: did the American Alpha FTR match from Dallas get 5 stars?
Nope.
That's bullshit.
I agree.
It
is bullshit. That is. I think Dave Meltzer is a joke. I didn't like him. Like, I was never into him before.
I don't know if he's a joke, but he's just like one source, right? It's
to me, it's
not objective. He's subjective. It's one guy.
Yeah, but that, like, all the things he reports on that are not true. I didn't care much about him before, but then after listening to Something to Wrestle since day one, the dude's a joke. But then you add Bischoff's point into it too. Like, where does he come up with some of this shit?
Bruce definitely has a side he pushes, and Meltzer has a side he pushes, and probably the truth is somewhere in the middle, right?
Sure.
Frank? Who of the 5 have not reported to Meltzer or Keller? Yeah, I know Bischoff has. I know Bruce has.
Maybe Arn. I don't think.
Maybe Arn.
What do you
maybe Arn.
Fedham info?
Like call them and tell them things.
Yeah. And I would say, you know what? I would say Arn did and Angle didn't. Out of everything, out of all the people affiliated, like, to write more, favorably about you. I don't know.
See, that just brings up the ethics thing. Is why are you going to write more favorably about someone who tells you things? You should just straight up tell what the facts are, because that's what I try and do. I don't claim to be a journalist. I do this as a hobby, but I don't write like that. I'm writing to tell the truth and convey what I believe is the most important, or what I believe is relevant, and to tell a story about the thing that I love. I'm not going to be swayed because somebody's like, hey, if I tell you X, will you write better about me? That's not ethically correct.
But it's different when you actually know the people. It's not just, behind the scenes, certain people are going to treat you better and certain people are going to treat you worse. And you're going to give the people that treat you better benefit of the doubt more than you are the others.
And
that's
Timmy
true.
C, well, no, Dan, I'm sorry. I did not mean to interrupt.
No worries. No, it's also that, like, dude, man, the guy doesn't have a lot of friends, and like all these AEW guys let him hang out with him, and that's big for a guy who hasn't had a lot of friends. It's just,
Have you heard the story about Meltzer being on the Jericho cruise and he tried to sit down with Booker T and Ric Flair?
No, what happened? Did Booker T tell him to go fuck himself or something?
Pretty much, yeah. They were sitting together, and Dave comes swaggering over like he's one of the boys. And Booker T, I don't remember what Booker T said, but he pretty much told him to fuck off.
Well, Flair loves Meltzer, I think, but
Meltzer loves Flair. We know that.
All right, so one guy in this next match definitely took over FCW, and he was on the premiere taping of NXT. Does anybody else think that NXT going to Tuesday right after WrestleMania provides a huge opportunity to get I don't know, an Ibushi, a Jay White, an Okada. I mean, that if it is real that they do move to Tuesdays.
I don't know. I mean, that would be cool. I heard Jay White's with New Japan for like 5 years, right?
Yeah, he's there for a while.
Down.
Yeah. I was throwing out
think
names
that
I
could
could.
for 2 or 3 years.
Controversial.
I think Ibushi's the closest to being out of his contract.
What about
really? Because he didn't sign until like either the year he won the G1 or right before then.
I saw an article come out. I think he's done there in May.
If I get one more pop-up ad, now I don't know why I'm getting them, about Gorillas of Destiny going to WWE, going to NXT, I'm gonna lose my effing mind.
All right, who was the Gorillas of Destiny?
Tama Tonga would never do that.
Oh, Tama Tonga, that's who that is.
He's not going.
Tama Tonga and his brother, yeah. Tonga
What,
Loa.
I mean, controversial take here, but Marty Scurll's available. Would you think they'd take a flyer out?
Oh, you just triggered Brandy.
No, Brandy
not
and I
trigger as much as we've talked about this, and
Brandy,
I agree.
yeah.
I think he needs to start smaller before he can jump right back into the big leagues. You should start with like an NWA who's also coming back. You should start with maybe on the New Japan America circuit to try and build that good track record back before you bring him back into a big mix, because right now I think if they brought him right back into NXT, people would have the same reaction that I do. Exactly.
Too much negative pressure. I got you.
And I'm gonna. I was gonna say.
Hey, do you guys want to skip this one? I just remember this one.
Yep.
Being kind of a dud.
Let's go.
Skipping it.
Maybe go all the way to the Universal Championship match.
Yeah, we can skip the multi-girls match.
Yep. So let's go.
And Brandy, I am with you. Obviously, Brandy, I'm with you on that. I got goosebumps just thinking of NXT, just hearing whoop whoop, like not Keith Lee, like I mean, just that the umbrella, the whole, like that to me. Oh,
guys, real quick, time code 25049. You're going to see the Universal title in the ring.
25049.
Yeah. Let us know when you're ready, Dan.
All right.
Wait, I'm getting there.
I'm almost there.
I'll give you guys a countdown again too when you're ready.
All right. I'll 49, right?
Yep.
Can you Frank, can you go like Casey Kasem on us?
I'll try. Just let me know when you're ready.
All right, I'm paused. I'm ready.
All right. So in 3, 2, and 1, play. That was horrible.
Ever notice how it seems like WWE always turns to Mick Foley when they introduce a new title that the fans just kind of shit on?
Yeah, I don't know if that's a rib at this point, right?
Right.
I don't think this belt looks that bad. What?
I mean, comparatively, compared to like the 24/7 title or that abomination of the Intercontinental title, this one is not that bad. No,
I don't hate the
it
title.
It looks too much like licorice to me.
That's a good. Okay. I'm
like
hungry now, and I want licorice.
You know, I guess they just wanted that. That was at the time where like Something to Wrestle was starting to get big, and like all those old school titles people were into. So maybe they wanted like more of a WCW heavyweight title.
Or Dan, it could have been the time when things were getting big and karate fighters and Twizzlers were getting big.
Oh my
all
gosh.
at the same time.
Childhood. Seth Rollins coming out here in his Tron legacy gear over.
I love everything about this. I love everything about it.
I love it too. I'm just pointing out that it's Tron.
Sorry, I gotta pause. I have to hear Steam.
Yes, and whenever I see Seth, I think of the song that Carl introduced us to the last time we went to Jacksonville, which is called Wild Eyes by Parkside
Parkway Drive. That's what
Parkway
he
Drive.
wanted. They tried
there's
to license it to be his theme.
There's a
So-
street in Kodiak that's called Parkside Drive, so that's what I get it confused with. Parkway Drive.
So here's a
And
question.
It's a great song, by the way. Look it up.
And this can be subjective. I mean, so answer it, look at it however way you want to look at it. In terms of maybe rags to riches or just success in general, who's the most successful member of the Shield?
Roman, I think.
We're going by
I would
money.
say
It's
I would say Seth.
I mean, are we going titles? Are we going recognition? Are we going? We didn't think they would get over.
We're
There are a
doing
lot of ways.
like star power and money, right? It's
I
Roman.
mean, if you want to stay star power money, it's Roman.
And has had a better spot. He's
Yes.
main event 4 WrestleManias.
Yeah, Seth has had more titles than either.
Yeah, but they don't give a
Ambrose.
fuck about the titles. Look, they
Right.
just booed this candy apple out of the building.
Right. And Dean Ambrose has been the face of AEW for a better part of a year now. So the fact that
Yeah.
all 3 of them got over is really great. And I love the fact that they introduced them all as just CM Punk and Paul Heyman's lackeys, and now they're all main event badasses.
Yeah, no, I mean they're all incredible talents, and they've all had like right now I love Roman shit, but I've there's been different times where each one of them has been my favorite, but like Moxley really hasn't had a bad match since coming to AEW. So
No. I tell you what,
I'm sorry, can you tell me the guys I lost in my place? Just tell me. I'll what where are you guys at again?
254, 09, 10, 11, 12.
354.09. Wait,
254. 254.
Oh,
Oh,
254.
you're way ahead. You're way ahead. Okay. What happens if the reported rumor that Punk shared on Cole Cabana's podcast was that he requested Rollins, Ambrose, and Cassius Ohno, aka
Right.
Chris Hero? So what happens then? It's like this guy Liaki, who they knew was going to be, to Vince's credit or to whatever, either they were going to shove it down our throats or we'll get it and he'll turn heel. And he did it at a time when a guy like John Cena, or like you mentioned earlier, Ricky the Dragon, could never really turn heel. But they did it. They made it work. Long term, you have to look at that decision to say, no, Chris Hero, let's bring in, Roman, and say, well, that's carrying Friday nights.
Chris Hero is a great wrestler.
I love him.
It's not, but like Roman, they already had 2 Chris Heroes. They had, you know what I mean? You needed the big sports entertainment guy in the group too, I think.
Exactly. Roman gets a bad rap for his thing has been bad booking. It's not that he's a bad performer, because he's actually really good. His mic work needed work, obviously, but if they did then what they're doing with him now, he'd be more over now than he is, which is crazy because he's mega over right now.
Yeah. No, it's they're just letting him do his thing, man.
I'm so happy. I actually look forward to seeing the Roman Reigns segments on SmackDown right now.
Yeah, it's the best stuff. It's been the best stuff since he's come back. Although last night I really dug what Sammy and Big E were doing.
Timmy C, you remember the chainsaw from WrestleMania, the Kay Hutchinson, Dallas, whatever it's called,
the chainsaw
that Finn Balor came out with.
Oh,
yeah,
dude, that I can't believe you were there, because that's like what, 2,000 people, if that, 1,500.
There were 6,000, I think,
inside that, in that like little cement bowl.
It was a decent sized arena. It wasn't bad.
I remember seeing Bobby Roode, and who else did they show on camera?
That was the Sami Zayn.
Well, that's about
the debut of
Shinsuke. Yeah. That's the best
Shinsuke,
match
yeah.
I've ever seen in person.
That was not even the best match that night.
Oh boy. Here we go.
The American
Here we go.
The American Alpha match was a better match. It was 2 out of 3 falls, I believe.
Love that match. Hey, quick fun fact: Finn Balor in his demon persona has never lost a match.
Yeah, I wonder when they're gonna.
I would put Asuka Bailey above the
I wonder
American
if
Alpha.
I'll
Timmy
be right.
C,
I'll be right back, folks. I'm just gonna grab another beverage. Be right back.
Timmy, we're gonna
Drink
have
responsibly.
And he was never seen again.
some DMs because I think
Oh,
Asuka
my.
Bailey was better than American Alpha. And
I think Brandy is was hog watching.
She's having a moment.
I had a moment. Like, we were teasing Phil about his reaction when AJ was coming out. Well, now you can tease me about this because
forget about anything with AJ. How about JoJo? Bray Wyatt's like, yeah, straight up gonna get you pregnant. Yeah, I'm gonna get you preggers, not pay my.
He does that paint himself, right?
Yes.
No, he has a friend that comes.
He has
in
someone
and
do
does
it now.
He
Yeah,
always did. It's like one of his best friends comes in and does it.
Does anybody know who the first person to do his entire makeup was? And he did this one.
Carl Mandick.
Nope.
Providence, Rhode Island.
You will be surprised by this answer, but I heard it at a WrestleMania act. Please tell me I'm not frozen.
You're not frozen.
No,
We can
okay.
hear you.
I just
No, he came out and did a surprise Q&A at a WrestleMania Access. Somebody asked him who does everything. He goes, I do the bass, and the guy who does the rest with like an idea or a concept, something like that.
Welcome back,
Good to be back.
The answer to that question: how many dimes does this person have? Zero dimes.
0 dimes.
Scottsdale hotel room. How you doing? That was not an Ultimate Warrior joke.
Really?
No, that was Enzo. Enzo More just wrote it up. There was some Macho Man in there, but no, Enzo legit said he was on stage with him at 32. Timmy, I don't know if you were there. I was waiting to get an autograph with my little brother with Bray Wyatt, but like the adjacent stage had a Enzo More Finn Balor Q&A going on, but so you could obviously hear it. And so Enzo More talked about how he did all the artwork, like Finn would put the black mask on, but like from there it was all Enzo.
Oh wow!
All the weird drawing.
Yep.
Now, can I ask real quick? I mean, you said his best friend does the artwork.
No, not
well,
I'm sorry.
I'm
best friend.
talking about on Finn here. So he must be very close with said gentleman because he's got some writing real close to his cheeks and his balls that he.
Yes, and
it's like,
this
hey,
is not
hey,
even,
pal.
Here we
he's
go.
done some
Here it
elaborate
is.
Stuff.
This is such a good match.
Oh,
by the way, that now, okay, you got the two guys sitting down. I hope people notice. I just saw Finn get thrown over into the chairs. Hopefully, we're somewhat.
I'm a little bit ahead of that, but that's fine.
Carl, you're a little behind. Right now we're at 3 hours, 1 minute even.
Yeah, I'm right there with 102. Yeah. Oh, it was two phenomenal forearms in a row.
All right, I'm at 3:01:15, 19:20.
Yeah, you're about 5 seconds ahead now, which is cool.
And I'm at 17.
Yo, I may need to just watch this one in the main event if this is okay, so I can give my wife some dog sitting relief.
Perfectly fine.
Of course.
Is that secret code?
Yeah. That would be the most disgusting sex act ever if it was. I don't even know what that would mean. No, she follows me around with a plastic bag when I shit. I don't know.
I already put it on Urban Dictionary. Dan, how'd you guys meet?
We met through a friend, our friend Elliot Glazer. He actually sang on our wedding. And he's actually, they're working on a show together right now for Peacock. So hopefully that works out.
And how long have you been married? Because listening to WrestleRoasts, it sounds like you haven't been married that long.
I have not been married that long. No, October 2019. So about a year and a half. Not too long. Is anyone here married?
Yes.
I've been married twice.
You've been married twice. Are you on the second marriage now?
Oh, I'm done with my second marriage. I'm looking around for my third.
He's ready for the third.
I can be Ross from Friends. So.
I'm coming up on 13 years.
13 years. Wow.
Yep.
Congratulations.
13 years and 6 children.
6 kids.
Yeah.
Dear God. Yeah, we're debating whether to have one or not.
We had 3, and then we decided that we weren't crazy enough, so we adopt. We
have 3 dogs, and that's been a lot lately.
Yeah, 3 fosters, three of our own, a dog, a ferret, 2 mice, 2 fish.
Oh my God.
Probably some homeless person that lives down the street. I don't know at this point.
Fucking like Little House on the Prairie, huh?
Dan,
I have a cat.
I was just say, Brandy, you got a cat. I look at cats. I'm celebrating this month. It's been 10 months with Brazzers or Brazers. Wait, with two Z's, right? Pam.
Yes.
And okay. Yeah. So I'm celebrating 10 months. Yeah. Now with that Bang Bros. Yeah. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Man, it's got to be rough to be single during this pandemic. I got to say, like I got married at the right time.
Yes, 2 aisles are empty at the store. The toilet paper and the lotion.
I'm not gonna lie. I did not know what Brazzers was, but I do now already.
You didn't know what Brazzers was?
Dude, I did.
I cannot wait for the Brazzers Funko Pop.
Yeah, but Brazzers is like, that's
Brazzers.
like the Paramount of porn, right? It's a big,
He's way too into wrestling.
Yeah. He had never seen the disabled toy Playboy. He didn't know what Brazzers was. Frank, what kind of life do you lead, sir?
Dude, I was married. I was in a relationship for 13 years, and I made a mistake with the second one. So I've been just working on Frank for the last few years.
Hey, that's nice. You never hear, usually you don't hear like, hey, I fucked up a little too in that relationship. Usually it's like fuck them. So that's big of you.
I fucked up a few times. Yeah, totally. Yeah.
He's almost professional level at fucking.
Yeah, man, I'm Irish. I get it.
I've just I don't know. I'm sorry, I didn't know what Brazzers was. I don't know what to tell you.
The page tape is not on there.
Now you said Bang Bros. What the hell's Bang Bros? Is that a
Bang Bros is like a production porn company. They're the Bang Bros are the Van guys, and they show up. They show up in Bang. It's in the title.
I think
amateur HD porn videos. Okay.
I've no joke. Living in California twice, once not in television. I applied to do social media or to Bang Bros and Brazzers, Brazers, whatever you want to call it. Both of them at least 6 times each place. Like I'm like, oh, because it's never gonna go away. Like it doesn't matter the pandemic, like you just said, Dan, it doesn't matter if we have a pandemic, a world shutdown. Guys, girls, whatever you are, you're still going to look.
So you're looking for job security in the porn industry?
I'm just looking for job security.
He's just looking for anything that is the word job.
Yes. Rim.
Man, this match is so much.
God.
This match was like so much better than I remembered it being.
Right?
Like I remember it being good, but that Universal title reveal really fucked it up.
Yeah,
Did
Yeah,
you,
definitely.
Dan? Did you know he was hurt? Because both of us knew. We're sitting where the blue is. We're sitting facing the Titantron. So oh, blue. Damn it! I just got screwed there by that hard cam. We're blue going the other way. I don't know how to describe.
I did not know he was hurt,
but you didn't.
No, I mean I probably couldn't tell, but I don't think I was definitely not seated in a position where I could tell. But even if I was right up front, I probably couldn't tell.
When even where we were, when we saw it happen, my brother said it to me first, and it was like a Charlie Brown, like there was like a physical like shoulder letdown, like, because he really wanted Finn Balor. I wanted Rollins. And he goes, Finn's hurt. He's autistic, my best friend, but he could sense it. Like he knew it right away from that buckle bomb into the barricade.
Wait, can autistic people can sense injuries?
Yeah, I get it. Let me ask him.
That sounds like some weird M. Night Shyamalan.
Wow.
Wow. Can you sense injuries? He said he's busy watching Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman.
That's funny.
The injuries that he can sense.
What?
He goes, he just looked over at me. He goes, Finn's injured. And I go, is he? And then you start watching him work only one arm. Look, they just showed. Well, I got a replay of that like underhook DDT deal, but watch him work one arm the entire match.
What you're trying to say, Henry?
I said, I don't even remember what I said anymore.
Thank you for the insight. We appreciate it.
You're welcome. Anytime.
Holy shit! Yeah, you can see how bad it is now. Like,
yeah, you can just watch the way he hits the ropes is even different. He's not hitting the ropes flat to his back.
Just
which I was surprised right there
that
I was to say, Timmy, that any good Cincinnati shows that you've been to, or Louisville?
WKRP was a great Cincinnati show.
The Cincinnati. I'm gonna give a shout out to Go Bananas in Cincinnati. I've done that club like 3 times. It's a blast.
Nice.
Hey, did I hear? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Did I hear you were going to be? Carl died. Did I hear, Dan, that you're going to be in Champaign, Illinois, pretty soon?
Yes, I am going to be there at the end of May. I'm going to be there.
I am 2 hours away.
Oh fuck! I just realized, like, god damn. Okay, thank God I didn't buy my ticket yet. All right, cool. Yes, I'm excited, man. I'm really.
You
excited.
were going to go to Jacksonville, weren't you?
I wasn't good. No. I'm hopefully I can get I'm supposed to get my first shot in the beginning of May, but maybe we're gonna try to go to the Javits Center and get it done earlier.
I got mine Wednesday.
I got mine last weekend, and I got the single shot. And here's the thing: I actually got the shot, and then a couple hours later recorded last Saturday, right? And I was telling these guys, man, I got my shot, and normally when I get shots, I get sick and I feel bad. I'm like, my arm doesn't hurt and I feel great and nothing's wrong. And 6 hours later, I'm like, oh God, I'm dying. Why did I do this? I felt like I had the worst fucking flu of my entire life.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I heard the first day is really rough.
Yeah, it's like I said, I got the single shot vaccine. I didn't get the 2-shot one. So apparently you go through it worse, but you just get out of the way.
Yeah, but whatever. I'd rather do that.
Yep. But no, if you're going to be in Champaign in May, I'm definitely going to try to make the trip out there.
Dude, yeah. Thanks. Let me know. Hit me up and I'll get you a ticket or whatever. I'm sure it's not going to be, I'm not fucking Kevin Hart. I'm sure they'll be available, but
It'd be a good reason for me and the wife to go out on a date night.
What fucking poor sitter with 6 kids.
No, we're gonna bring them too.
Oh man, I don't know. I don't know about that.
Champaign Urbana.
Not unless you want to explain a lot on the car ride home.
Champaign Urbana always has foliage. It is always fall, no matter what year. Like, it's the weirdest thing. There's always that's one part. 2, you'll have fun there. 3,
oh my god.
What town do you have to adjust per town you go to? What you're gonna do stand-up wise?
Yeah, to a degree, but look, man, I mean, it's I am what I am. To quote Popeye, I can only cater my shit to a degree. So
has political correctness made it harder to be a comic, you think?
Absolutely.
Great question.
Absolutely.
I just watched the history of comedy.
And by the way, I'm like a left-wing liberal, and I'm saying that political correctness has. So,
have you seen the history of comedy on?
No, I'm just I'm not really a student of the game as far as comedy. I'm way more interested in pro wrestling and politics and history than I am the history of comedy. But I like it a lot. I mean, I still watch a lot of, I still have my favorites. I still have, my guys that I'll go back and watch and guys that I love, but I'm not like, I'm not the cat who like watches a bunch of Groucho Marx on a Saturday or Buster Keaton, I'm just not that guy.
Don't get offended, Carl. It's fine.
No. I think it's good because like, why just be what you're into, as you said. Politics, wrestling, history, take all of that, take all of your personality, and I don't know, I write. I mean, I like handwriting a lot of things down, and like I don't know, like I heard that famous super cliche Anthony Kiedis quote of like he'd wake up in the middle of the night and like a lot of people would, scribble things down, lyrics or something that came to them. So I find it interesting in building.
I mean, I watch a lot of comedy, and there's certain people that I'll watch when a new, like for instance, when Sam Jay's special came out. I was great. The last Brian Regan one that came out was terrific. Like if Mulaney has a new special, if Louis has a new special, if Chappelle has a new special, any of those guys I'll watch immediately. But it's like anything else, man. It's like when you're around it all the time, and I'm lucky enough to be on shows in New York with some of the greatest comedians in the world, like if I'm working at the Cellar or the Stand or something like that. So I'm very spoiled, and I get to see a lot of it. And because you're, it's like working on, like working at a pizza place, you don't want pizza as much,
So this will probably get me kicked off the show. Everyone's like, yes, I'm a pretty big Dane Cook fan. How does everyone sit with Dane Cook?
I mean, Dane crushes, man. I mean, I've been on shows with Dane in LA where he crushes, look, I mean, he's very talented. It's not my thing, but he's very talented.
I mean, that's my opinion too. He's obviously successful. People like him. It's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever. Go ahead.
Did he not have some sort of thing with his brother that is now estranged that really kind of derailed things?
His brother robbed him.
Yeah.
His brother robbed him. Hey, do y'all want to skip to this Brock Orton match?
How close are we at the pedigree?
I guess I was way ahead of you guys. I apologize.
Yeah, we're in 3:16:05:06.
All right. Yeah, just I think I got done a little bit faster, so just let me know when you guys are done.
Yeah.
This was like when they were doing they just started doing all the panel stuff.
Yeah.
I think that was a great idea, because now it's weird to think of WWE without all the like ESPN panel type shit.
Right. And that gives them another platform. Like when Daniel Bryan goes on there, when The Miz goes on there, or when Paul Heyman's there, you know that there's going to be something that's at least worth listening to.
Dan, can I
Wait a
ask
minute, wait a
one
minute.
question I was afraid to ask you?
Yeah, go for it. What's up?
How tough, and was there any fallout? I believe we're about the same age group, and I think we are. I'm 35, going on 36.
Yeah.
All right. So this happened when I was in college. For you going the stand-up route, hitting towns, going and doing, and not only that, being in New York with some of the most notable comics, was there any Michael Richards fallout? Was there anything that came of that you would say today, you know what, that made a ripple effect?
Not really. I mean, everyone saw it was clearly such a psychotic break, and not, like, obviously it was really racist and horrible, but it was like clearly somebody having a mental breakdown. So I think that once the shockingness of it wore off, that was it. It wasn't like he wasn't a trend in comedy. He wasn't like something that was going on at the culture at the time. It was just somebody who lost his fucking mind, said some heinous shit. Everyone was like, cancel him. He got canceled for a while, and now I guess he works in some capacity, but it was clearly I mean, anyone who's seen somebody have a psychotic break like knows that was not a stand-up act.
And I will agree wholeheartedly, because if you watch him on Letterman when he makes the apology and Jerry Seinfeld's there,
yeah, like, he's obviously shaken to his core. So yeah, it was I mean, he definitely I mean, God, man, he went on a fucking apology tour with Jesse Jackson. That guy certainly went above and beyond.
Hey, Henry, what were you about to say earlier? I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Henry. My bad.
That's all right. There are people out there that think Paul Heyman's actually popular. Man ran ECW into the ground. I never found him to be all that entertaining. He's basically just a talking head, and some of the people they put him with, Roman Reigns being a perfect example, don't need it. How he's still employed by WWE just makes no sense to me if he's not in charge of writing the product.
I mean, I love Paul Heyman, and I love him on Talking Smack. I think he sold WrestleMania better than they did on Friday.
He did. Henry, I don't know what I'm more disturbed by, the revelation that Frank didn't know what Brazzers was, or the fact that you don't like Paul Heyman. This is like,
somebody
I don't
already
even
told
know
Mike
you
Kolb,
anymore.
by the way. Did you already tell Mike Kolb? You told Mike Kolb, Brandy, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Hey guys,
I
are we
also
ready
told
to?
Mark Nelson,
let's
so you're
go to
welcome.
this. Let's go to this main event.
I'm ready to. I've already. It's the time code is 3 hours, 40 minutes, and 51 seconds, guys.
40 minutes and 51 seconds.
Yep.
Yes,
3
I
hours,
told Mike Kolb
40
and
minutes,
I told
51
Mark Nelson.
seconds.
All right. I'll let you know when I'm there. I'm like 50 seconds away.
Okay.
This
That's
was
what she
when
said.
like Brock was the coolest, man.
There was a point.
My favorite
Wait,
Brock is still Brock Box with the
Yeah,
Money
that
in the
was
Bank.
awesome too. That was
Yes,
really that
Brock
was a blast. That was fun.
I'm sorry, Phil. Can you just repeat it one more time?
3 hours, 40 minutes, 51 seconds.
My remote fell and the batteries popped out, so I have to watch it on my phone. That is real life. 3 hours.
That is actually Carl drops something or something falls over every episode.
And
So-
what? And,
All
and-
right,
and
I'm all set. I'm ready when you guys are.
And Dan,
All right.
you're at exactly what?
3:40:51.
All right, I'll do a countdown for you guys. Are we all ready?
Ready?
All set.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play.
So everything up to the end of this match went exactly like I thought it was going to. Like, it's going to be a Brock Lesnar ball fest until Randy Orton hits an RKO, because that's what's going to happen. But I thought it was going to be after the RKO spot, a little bit more back and forth than it was.
Whoa,
Yeah.
what's with Brock's face? He's got on the left side of his face, he's got a bit of like almost like a shiner on his cheekbone.
Well, he just fought. He just fought Mark Hunt in a UFC fight like a
Oh,
month
He
earlier.
did.
okay.
He did.
He's shot, fucked up.
Now, on my phone, I'm queued up with you guys. On my TV, I just saw Renee Young or Renee Paquette, however you pronounce it. Does she not feel like one of the more valuable assets out there to be just a pre-game, post-game, or do anything type of host? I mean,
She's
I know
awesome, man. I thought she was like the Diane Sawyer of wrestling.
I did too. I thought that they had
I
found
personally
Mean
never was a
Gene
fan of her.
female.
I mean, I just don't care for her work. I'm like, what does she add? I don't really think she adds anything.
Oh, she's
That's just
fabulous.
me.
Something you want to see her at her best, watch her Twitter commentary during Eddie Moxley match.
That's her
And-
husband.
and-
She's a
and-
little
and-
biased.
Funny. We follow each other on Twitter. I guess
Oh,
she used to
hey.
listen to my podcast for not my wrestling one. I was on this other one with Nikki Glazer for a little bit. I don't think any of those
Oh.
guys listen to any wrestling ones.
Ooh.
St. Louis is the Heat Laser.
Yes, yeah, I've done a show there actually, like with her. Or no, I forget. It was with her. It's with her boyfriend's brother. So not her, but it was like with the Not Safe show.
Yeah, she's been on 105.7 The Point, probably at least 3 times a year for years now.
Yeah.
Dan,
Yep.
you ever work with April Richardson?
I've met April Richardson. Wait, Jesus Christ. Let me just make sure we're talking about the same person here.
She did she had a podcast that did well for a while on Saved by the Bell.
Oh yeah, we did an episode of At Midnight together.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that was my favorite At Midnight performance, like time I had doing the show. I got my favorite jokes in on that one.
No, okay. I kind of knew
Okay,
that.
so that actually gives me a question. What are your favorite jokes? Like, what are the jokes that you enjoy telling the most?
You know, it's always the new ones that are really, it's always like the new good one. You know, like I really haven't. The last time I got on stage was at Acme Comedy Club in Minneapolis in early February, and I had one joke about me and my wife that I liked, but I still need to flesh it out a little more. So it's like whatever the new one is. Like I have like a couple jokes of mine that I've written, and I'm like, oh okay, I think that was a really creative joke, but only a couple. I'm not like the biggest mark for myself.
I just always thought
What
that
the
was
hell is going on?
What?
Carl. What is going on?
Oh, I'm sorry. I have Lana. I'm sorry. That was on my. I should be looking at my phone. I'm sorry.
You need to look.
I'm gonna mute
Oh,
myself.
fuck.
So
Randy
here's how
Orton-
bad the pandemic's been for me. Before I went to Jacksonville this past weekend, the last live show I saw was Dolph Ziggler's comedy.
Wow, I'm sorry.
Oh, I've never
I'm
seen him do
sorry.
comedy. He's a nice guy. He does know his comedy history. Did you know that?
Yeah,
He knows his comedy history.
Timmy.
Oh, he does. He does. He's like
up,
he's a big comedy fan.
Yeah, he lives literally equidistant to where Efren lives to me.
So 5 miles away?
He's like 5'4", and
Dolph Ziggler?
Efren's. Oh yeah, I've seen him.
I thought Ziggler lived in Hollywood, Florida, or is that just his mark?
That's
his
just
name?
where he's
That
built
was his
from.
gimmick. I think he lives in Arizona now.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Lives in
Yeah.
Scottsdale.
He was
like
born and raised
he
in
is
fucking
right.
Ohio.
He's right by Efren.
All the wrestlers live in Arizona and Florida because of tax stuff.
You're making a lot of money. That's where you go.
Yeah, and if you're incorporated, which most of these guys are.
Damn.
Why are they? So I'm an accountant, but why are they incorporated?
No state tax.
Yeah, it's like it's especially if you're working in a like. For me, I don't know tax law, but like the reason I'm incorporated, a lot of the times it's like you get hit hard because if you film something in New York and you film something in Boston and you film something in LA, those are like 3 different taxes that you have to account for. So if you're incorporated and pay your own taxes, then it just works out that you end up taking the fair amount out. Well, I mean, I guess that depends on your opinion of like facts law and stuff, but
if so, I know Florida is does not have state income tax, right? So, or state tax, right? Is that true?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's income tax, right?
So Florida has
you don't have to do an income tax return in Florida. So I'm assuming that's why they live there, right?
No state tax.
Right. No state income tax. Still, everyone has to pay the Uncle Sam.
Federal.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is it the same thing in Arizona, Carl?
That's a great question. I wish I was mature enough to say I've done my own taxes, but I never have. So I have no.
Yeah, I've always gotten some.
Yeah, I have no clue.
There's no state income tax in Alaska.
There's also like 8 people in Alaska.
Yeah, and we've also rolled out vaccinations for everybody because we're ahead of the game.
That's because there's like 60 people in Alaska.
And I'm related to half of them.
So you're saying your family tree
What does everybody think about like Sarah Palin up there?
Wow.
We're like, we don't claim her. We don't know her.
Thank God.
She can't sit with us.
I watch her old sports anchoring on the reg.
Hey guys,
that's what I do.
I got some breaking news.
Listening.
Legendary boxing champion Marvelous Marvin Hagler dies at 66.
Watch Hager and Tyson.
Yeah, that's.
You mean
that's
Sugar Ray?
Who just died like a month or so ago? That was a famous boxer. Was it Spinks? Did he die?
Oh no! Mickey Rourke.
No.
What the?
He just looks like he's dead.
Oh, he's not dead. He's not.
No.
Oh no! I got it. Keith Richards.
Still not dead.
Okay.
How is he still
Sam
alive
Houston.
with all the drugs he's put in his body?
Also not dead. And neither is his sister, Rockin' Robin.
All dead.
Ozzy.
I'm not commenting.
Sharon. Where's this remote? Jack.
Dan's like, what
Dolph
the hell am I doing?
Why does Lesnar have a tramp stamp?
Are you gonna fucking tell him not to?
I don't know. Why does fucking Braun Strowman have pierced nipples? That's something I'm still not over.
Wait a minute, he does?
Yeah, he does.
I have never noticed.
It's real fucking weird, dude.
It's
real weird.
He takes the jewelry out to wrestle, but if you've ever looked at his Instagram,
you see syringes.
Oh no, I just looked at his IG. It says #stop lactating. So I think those nip rings are to stop the lactating.
If I
actually.
ever
Is that
want
true?
No.
I was wondering because I really am so dumb. I was like, I could see him posting that. Like, that's how dumb he is.
Stop lactating. Get these hands.
If I ever won a crap ton of money, I would pay Braun Strowman to be my bodyguard for life. Even though he's not like a legitimate, like the most biggest badass, just him following me around. I can walk around and just punch people in the face and they're just be like, oh, I'm sorry. Because I mean, that dude just is intimidating as hell to look at.
Ron Simmons, Haku, also.
No, those are legit badasses. He's
no.
badass.
If you had like a 4-person team, you and then 3 other, and then.
Well, it depends. If I want people that look badass but aren't necessarily badass, I would take 2. I would take Brian Cage or Braun Strowman because those 2 flanking me on either side. I mean, no one's going to do anything. But if I want legit badasses, I'll just get Haku. I don't need anybody else.
Guess who I'm taking? Barbiturates King, bro. Matt Riddle on my side.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I would take Timothy Thatcher because he could legit destroy anybody. And he doesn't talk much, so be quiet. And he doesn't do social media, so we wouldn't have to deal with social media bullshit.
What wrestler do you think is the worst on social media?
Oh man, that's a long list.
That's a long list. Like, it depends. Like, Seth Rollins can be definitely a whiny ass little bitch.
He can.
I would have said Randy Orton 2 years ago, but he's highly entertaining.
He's the
Well,
best.
wait a minute. I mean,
He's
what
the
about
best
thing
on
with
social
Soulja
media.
Boy?
He's number 1.
He gives no fucks.
Now, when you say social media, do you mean somebody like Shotzi Blackheart? Does that count?
Wow. Hey man, that makes her a baby face in my book.
What the fuck?
What about what's her name? Maki Ito?
Maki Ito. Yes, we love her.
She's great on social media.
She learns English. She learns new words every day.
Most of them 4 letters.
It's really funny how John Cena and Randy Orton had a fork in the road on social media and went this way, because it's like at this point in Orton's career, he's the John Cena guy in WWE right now. He's untouchable. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. But so when he's on social media, instead of giving out positive messages and do best, he's like, hey, yeah, you can go fuck yourself. You've never wrestled a day in your life. and just pissing all over rappers all day.
Yeah, but you could tell he kind of sweats rappers too. Like, and he says that. He's like, I'm a fan.
But it's old school. It seems like he's trying to protect the business.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. I mean, he grew up in an very old school household where his dad wore the goddamn fucking cast at home.
Anybody agree or disagree with whether Punk is right, wrong, whatever it is, with the leverage that despite having the endorsement previously, a bone of contention was Punk hating the fact that Lesnar got to have sponsored trunks. Anybody else have a problem with this? And Punk had.
I'm all for these guys. I will keep saying the same damn thing. Either they're real independent contractors or you give them medical and dental. So I think that if you're not giving them medical and dental, then they're allowed to have, they're allowed to have advertising on their trunks. If the advertising, I will say, if like the advertisement is in a direct competitor to a major WWE, like that to me, like WWE sponsor, that to me, that's a bone of contention. But for the most part, no.
Those TNT trunks are not going to go over well on anybody. No, I only ask because I was looking at it. I remember, I'm at the F5. Am I?
Yeah.
Yep, you're
I
right.
just saw the replay for the F5.
He's getting ready to blow his forehead open here in a minute.
And Dan, if you could walk us through now, had you left at this point? Because I had not.
No, I stayed till the end.
Oh, you stayed. Okay. Some people leave. I've left. I left it. Sorry.
Go.
There we go.
So was this legit hard way? Like he busted?
Yeah.
This was not. I'm trying. It's been a while since I looked and thought about this.
I don't
But
know.
he legit busts him open and.
Brandy, I was just saying, is this the Jericho flip out? Yeah, exactly what I was saying.
Tries to get in his face and in the back.
Jericho lost his shit over this.
Yeah, even though it was planned, right?
Yeah, it was
But-
a worked out spot.
Jericho
was
didn't
a
know
spot,
that though.
yeah.
That's hilarious that Jericho's dumb enough that you can work him.
Oh, look at that shit.
I don't think they
Wow.
intended for him to get busted open like that.
Yes,
But
that was
the way they-
planned ending.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that was planned. Yeah, Orton was fine with it.
No, on top of that, much like the Kevin Owens headbutt to Vince McMahon, I don't think he bladed right there.
No.
No, it was
That's
hard
new.
way.
That's new. Well, no, I
believe
think
that's why he used
I
the
think he
elbow.
cut. No, I think he cut himself before. You put new skin, which is legit, like buy it
It's
at
a liquid
Walgreens,
bandage.
CVS. Yeah, it's a liquid bandage, and you can rip it in very. But here's where I'll go counterpoint on that. How could he go the entire match without that being busted open?
Exactly. I think it was when
Hey.
Brock switched into the elbow because the elbow's
You
got
can
a
see-
sharper.
you-
Yeah,
point.
he was
You can
splicing
see
him.
it.
Yeah,
You can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see where it happened.
he was splicing him.
This was Dan. This was
One of the
so
few things I've
confusing.
learned from like MMA training, the fucking 4 classes that I had.
I would like to see you in an MMA class.
Wait,
Oh,
is
Like,
it-
kick
wait,
some-
let me
kick
tell you
somebody's
something.
shit.
It's a lot of labored breathing.
Wait,
Ah.
wait, I'm sorry. Are you starting with the Teddy Hart roast with he's taken 4 MMA classes?
No.
And then no, it's
Oh, speaking of Teddy Hart, there is an account on Twitter called "Is Teddy Hart in Jail?"
Oh, that's
And you
hilarious.
can go there at any point in time to see if Teddy Hart is in jail.
Oh, it's
Over-
Kyoto. I
Yeah.
didn't realize it's
I was
Kyoto.
wondering if anybody else was going to notice that.
I gotta ask Kyoto. I want to ask Kyoto
You
about this
gotta
next
ask
time.
Kyoto about this. Yeah.
All right, guys.
Brock
now.
Lesnar almost beat Randy Orton to death.
It was
Let-
me and Tony Chimmel. And
All right, guys, let's wind this up so Dan can go spend some time with his wife.
Thank you all. Thank you all for having me on this. I really appreciate it.
We
Thank
love
you for
having you.
joining us.
Dan, I wanted to ask you a quick question. Is there a place where we could get some Dan St Germain merch?
Yeah, my website, you can, I mean, it's just my albums, which honestly, if like, if you have if you have iTunes or whatever, you can listen to them for free. It would be better if somebody bought them. But right now, no. I mean, I have an old T-shirt from my old the old version of the podcast, Total Left and Marks. But really, it would just mean a lot to have more people listen to WrestleRoasts and
All right, we got
just
And there's a Patreon.
yes, and there's a Patreon. We have a Patreon at WrestleRoasts.
And I believe you said it's $5.
Yeah, it's $5 and you get like, a couple episodes a month for that, extra episodes. So it's a pretty good deal. Y'all should check it out. Thank you guys for having me.
Where can we find you on the Twitter?
I'm at DS Germain on Twitter and Dan St Germain on Instagram. And yeah, if you want to see my stand-up, it's either on my website or it's like most of my appearances are on YouTube and shit. Like I did like a half-hour special on Comedy Central. I think that's like for free on Vimeo somewhere. So my stuff's pretty easy to check out either way.
I'll definitely be meeting you up in Champagne, buddy.
Oh, thanks, man. Thank you so much. Thank you guys all for having me. I really appreciate it. This was a lot of fun.
Thank you,
Dan.
Dan.
Really, really
Appreciate
appreciate
it.
it.
Yeah, I'll see y'all. Have a great night.
Bye,
Thanks,
Dan.
Dave.
thanks, Sam.
So I totally forgot that Shane came in and took an F5.
Yeah, because they were trying to hammer home the point that he was just uncontrollable at points, and they're trying to stop him from being a liability. And Shane's coming out there like, "Hey, you listen to me."
And half
Shane
of our
was still part of it in charge, and then they fucking F5'd him.
Hey guys, I gotta go. I appreciate it. I
Yep.
got some family stuff going on. I got to take care of.
Timmy, we appreciate you subbing for
We
TJ.
love you. Thank you so much.
Anytime, anytime.
I will say you're definitely more handsome than TJ.
Oh boy.
I'm
Oh,
telling him you
boy.
said that.
Oh,
I'll
tell
talk
him.
to you guys later.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Guys, I'm gonna cook dinner, and then if any of y'all want to start a Zoom, if not, I'll start one when I'm done cooking dinner.
Well, why don't we
yeah.
technically we're still recording. So let's just say goodbye to everybody.
Hey, goodbye, everybody.
Bye. Bye, everybody. Bye.
We love you.
Yeah,
Wait,
it was fun.
We got to do it right. Henry, no, I can't do it. Fuck, I'm not TJ. How does he say it? It's for Henry Effingham, Carl Mandick, Brady Wagner, Frank Bruno, and myself.
This
Goodbye?
is Top Guy Theater, and
Yeah.
and you can suck it.
There we go. I like that one.